Last year I made this beautiful jewelry cabinet for my wife. After sharing the video online, I had a new customer reach out to me asking for one for his wife. After tweaking the design a bit, we settled on this simple and elegant version, black walnut with maple accents. I picked up some lumber from Boulevard Custom Woodworks here in Kansas City and used my track saw to get the straight edge on one side. For the front and back panels, I'm going for book matches, and to achieve that, I'll be resawing 3/4 inch walnut down to 2 1/4 inch panels. Getting them to exactly 1/4 inch isn't important in this use case. I just need them to be the same thickness as each other for the glue up. The best part of having a 12-foot by 16-foot workshop is it's very easy to clean out. To glue up the book matched panels, I'm using my large panel clamps, paired with Titebond 2 dark wood glue. A huge thank you to Titebond for sending out some of their dark glue and black CA glue. These are a must when you're working with walnut. I'll use these scrap sheets of acrylic to put on top of the wood, and then add additional plywood on top of that to get them thick enough for the panel clamps to put pressure on all 4 sides. The next day I could get these out of the clamps and the joints were looking fantastic. Shout out to KC Tool for this amazing Pica pencil. It makes it easy to see if there's a neglected area as you're sanding. With the panel set aside, I could begin working on the frame of the cabinet, which starts with getting all my material to the same thickness as each other. To cut the corner miters, I went ahead and swapped out my rip blade for a finer tooth blade. It's kind of like having a favorite kitchen knife. You don't want to wear it out on everything. You save it for when you need a crisp tomato slice. Maybe that's just me. Just like how I do all my mitered boxes, I use blue tape to connect the pieces together, add the glue, and then fold it up. It's kind of like a magic trick. This time I remembered to add a bit of tape on the inside of the joints, which helps keep any of the glue squeeze out from getting on the inside. You'll still have to work on getting the tape off later, but it's easier than removing glue. With the frame ready, I went ahead and marked the center of my bookmarked panels since I want that joint to land in the middle of the cabinet. Back at the table saw, I changed out my fine tooth blade for a dado stack. Alongside being able to make wider cuts in one pass, The teeth on these blades are flat, which makes for cleaner joinery. This jewelry cabinet will have maple splines in the corners, which not only adds strength to the joints, but it also helps tie in the exterior design with the interior shelves. Before I glue on the front and back panels, I did some thinking ahead and made the top piece that will hold the brass necklace hooks. I used my laser to quickly lay out where each hook will go, which could have been done with some map and a pencil. With a bit of sanding, everything was ready for the next glue up, closing off the box. Days later, I could trim off all the excess from the sides of the cabinet, starting with a templating bit on the router table. Thank you to Rockler for sending over a few things for this build, one being this apron plane, which is so fun to use. I have to start designing builds with this in mind, just so I can get to use it more. I got it sharpened and it makes the most satisfying shavings. After getting the exterior roughly sanded, I could find the middle and cut this box in twain. Rockler also sent out these brass precision setup bars from 1/8 to 3/4 of an inch in thickness, and these things are solid. These are perfect for setting blade heights, offsetting a piece before a cut, or to be used as a reference. In this build, I'm using them to set the depth of my router for the interior shelf dados. I'll start the dados with the router and then move to hand tools to finish it off. Before that, I'll get my maple boards cut down to the exact thickness of the dados, resawing on the bandsaw and running them through the planer. I nailed the sizing on these shelves, and because of the dados, I'm confident in this joint not needing glue to stay in place. For the middle divider, I did use wood glue, and I went with this translucent glue in case I wasn't able to get all the squeeze out from the inside of this small confined area. Back at the bandsaw, I started resawing. Oh, that's not good. Looks like the blade snapped, and right on the weld seam too. Luckily, I reached out to the manufacturer, and they guarantee the blade won't break here, so they sent me a replacement. I went ahead and brought it back up to avoid downtime in the shop. They said it was most likely because I was over-tensioning the blade, so I followed their special tension instructions in the back, but oh, that looks like it hurt. You good? Anyways, I got the blade replaced and finished the resaw. I used one of the leftover pieces from the front panel glue up for the face of the drawer so I can maintain the book matched look and use the fresh resawn wood from the back, bottom, and sides of this small drawer. Another quick template from my laser and I can make the simple notch on the drawer face. I've talked about it before, but I love using wood glue and CA glue in tandem. For small glue-ups like this, clamping can be tricky, especially for me. I have a lot of large clamps and not many small ones. That, and it's nice to be able to handle the glue a minute after it's done instead of hours. This will be a wall-mounted cabinet, so the back will receive 2 keyholes for screws. Since the back panel is pretty thin, I'll place the keyholes into the back of the interior necklace holder. For attaching the hinges, I'm using a marking knife to mark where the screws will go, and I've learned to pre-drill a pretty large hole for the brass screws, as they tend to break inside walnut easily. To hold rings and earrings, I have this small velvet jewelry display that I'll pressure fit into the door. Whenever I add something into a build that I'm not making, I make it easily removable. What I'm making should last generations, but items with technology or cheap, simple materials will eventually fail. I don't talk about it much, but my full-time job for the past decade has been a tech director. I work every day with sound, video, and computer equipment. The one thing you can rely on technology to do is eventually fail. And while the same can be said for power tools, I've never had a piece of wood run out of batteries or a chisel stop mid-job for a software update. The cabinet sprayed down, popping the grain. After letting that air dry, I went over everything with 180 grain. Before applying finish, I want to do one more wipe down with mineral spirits, making a quick check for any trouble spots, and then get ready to add the finish. If you watch woodworking content online, you've most likely seen Rubio Monocoat. It seems like the most popular finish for a lot of woodworkers, and that's not on accident. Even before Rubio started sending me finish to highlight in my videos, I had been using them for every heirloom quality project. It makes the finishing application so easy, it's honestly hard to mess up. And a little bit goes a long way. I usually use a rubber scraper to spread the finish, and then I use an applicator pad to work it into the material. This is a hard wax finish with 0 VOC, and it bonds on a molecular level, meaning you don't have any overlapping lines, and you don't need a second coat to achieve a durable level of protection. After you've applied the finish everywhere, I let it sit for a few minutes, then wipe off any excess. You can't wipe off too much, and the act of wiping it off helps buff it into the wood. I'm not paid by Rubio, but I do receive free products. Thank you to Rubio for supporting me and my builds. All that's left is to add all the hardware and accessories, and then this cabinet is ready to be shipped off to Seattle. If you've been following my woodworking journey, I'm 14 months into having at least one commission in process at all times. I'm caught up in only having 9 projects in my queue, so if you've been thinking of a build you need, now is the time to get on my schedule. Subscribe to see upcoming builds, I'm near 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next build.